Hey, Amber Jones here, and tonight it's 11:27 in the evening, and I get a email from Dagan with this interview that he does with Dustin Matthews about doing offline presentations, and there's a lot of things that I really got out of this whole presentation, all the way to what is being what is being done with the actual blog itself. And I learned a lot from this. And so I just want to take a couple of minutes to share with you what I noticed from this presentation and what my big aha moment is. Um, and I'm going to look at it from two aspects. One, I'm going to look at it from the aspect of what Dagan is doing, and two, I'm going to look at it from the I can't even think right. It's late, guys. I'm going to look at it from from the perspective of the content that came out of it from Dustin and Dagan, the interview itself. So the first thing I want to do is want to look at what Dagan's doing, and it's flipping amazing. And this is what I've noticed. Here lately, I've noticed with webinars, contests, and ironically, offline events, they are using things of monetary value to encourage interaction. We were just at a Robert Kiyosaki event, ironically, yesterday, and my husband was inside. We take shifts, me and my husband, because we have a 2-year-old, but it was his turn to be inside. And in this particular Robert Kiyosaki event, the trainer that was there had a book that was worth $100. She holds it up to the audience and she says, "This book is worth $100." She was like, you know, who would like to who would like to have their hands on this book? And so a lot of people said, I would, right? But it was actually a test. And what the test was whoever would come up from the audience, interact, and take that book out of her hand could have that $100 book for free. And I'm noticing this trend in webinars and offline events, like I said, ironically, is the use of, like I said, monetary things that have to relate with what you're doing to keep your audience engaged. And in that instance, it was a book that sold Robert Kiyosaki. And yes, they might be losing out on $100 profit, but what are they gaining? Well, more than likely, that person is going to read it. They're going to say, wow, this is a $100 book. I'm going to read it. They may become one of Robert Kiyosaki's higher end people. Here, Dagan's giving away a $200 gift card to Amazon.com, which more than likely, I mean, you can get just about anything off of Amazon, but more than likely, you're going to get a book. Last week, Dagan gave away a Kindle Fire. So he's giving away things that's going to help educate people themselves. So that's definitely one thing that I've noticed. He's also integrated using social media as well to qualify for this $200 gift card. So that's super smart. Encouraging interaction. Another thing I noticed is that he's got these little ads all in between, in between the article and the transcript. Super smart for having the transcript along with the audio. Something you could probably outsource that to somebody too. But I will say I felt more engaged because I was listening and reading along. So more than likely, me as a listener, I'm going to listen to the points a lot more. Okay. Another thing that is super duper smart that Dagan is doing, and this is a genius, and I'm trying to apply it to myself as I try to implement some of these things. And this ties in a little bit with what Dustin, one of his first points, was talking about the closing. He says, think with the end in mind. Think with the end in mind, meaning think with what do you want the end result to be. Of course, you want that person to buy from you. Not only do you want them to buy from you, but you want them to buy the best quality, which is more than likely the higher ticket item. So that was really cool because here I am creating my webinar, and I also have an upsell. I've been spending most of my time working on the webinar and not enough on that upsell that I will have at the end. So that was my big aha moment, was implementing the two. Something really cool that I think Dagan is doing and that I want to apply is there is some training that I want to get. I want to get the most expensive, the most in-depth training that I can get because I know it's worth it in value. Do I have the money for it right now? I don't. But I'm an action taker, and there's enough free content given that if someone were to apply it, they could apply the skill set and earn enough to really appreciate that higher end item. I hope that makes sense, right? Because here's my plan. I plan on leveraging this free strategies enough, tweaking it myself. I know enough of the basics to get going. I know enough of the basics to get going. And if I take action on it, as long as I keep taking action on it, I'm eventually going to get to the point that I can get that most in-depth training, I already know I want the most expensive training. Why? Because I know it's going to be the best. I know it's going to be that much value. And that's the kind of customers that, as a product creator myself, I'm not a big product creator, but I want customers that I know are going to appreciate my product. My first product I made, I said, don't buy this if you're not going to use it. I could have been shooting myself in the foot, but I meant it. So anyway, I see my videos getting a little long here, but I had a couple of aha moments. But man, this is awesome. I want to get into doing offline marketing as well, offline events, but definitely online events is going to be my first step to it. So thank you, Dagan and Dustin, for putting together this awesome content. If you haven't checked it out, you need to, because this content is something that will take you from a plateau in your business to your first 4-figure, 5-figure, maybe even your first 6-figure month, day, or year. And I plan on utilizing that to the fullest. So I'm going to end the video with that. Thank you guys so much for that valuable content, and I look forward to putting it in action myself. See you later, guys.